Okay. Okay. I'm gonna give us like a few minutes before I start talking about stuff. But if there's any particular topics, okay. So unplug my computer for a second. Um, Hello, Mint. How are you? Also, really appreciate your suggestion on Twitter for drawing Bell Beast. I will be, or Sharma. I'll be actually planning to draw both of them, but I'll have to draw them both after, I finish some commissions today. So, I have two commissions that I'm going to be working here on stream. So, one of them is, um, a custom, but it's more like it's a custom. So right now I have uh I'll re-explain it when more people join, but right now I have limited time like Hollow Knight discounted customs and commissions for specifically Hollow Knight character designs and Hollow Knight OCs or Silksong, whatever folks want to say. And then the second one is actually for another client that I have that I'm working with. I'm working on YouTube stills for them. Um, and I will bring it up when I start working on that. Could be a lot better, lol. Understand money comes first before requests. I said lol twice in that phrase. It happened. We I love when I when I type LOL multiple times in one sentence. It happens to the best of us for real. So I'm gonna let my computer stabilize for a second before I start drawing, cause I can feel the absolute lag that this computer is experiencing right now, and it's awesome. It's so much fun. I love working with a really cringe computer that just can't handle anything. Um, I really want to like stream while I work. It's just so so hard. I considered maybe doing like a dual monitor type thing, and I wonder if that would be better, but I think it might put more on the processor of the computer here. So I genuinely think what might have to happen is I have to like get a I'm trying to think what I'm wanting to say. I actually have to like the new computer. And I'm gonna say that the type of computer that I have is not really cheap, but if I get one of the older versions, it might be a lot better, I'd say. Um, it kind of sucks trying to get technology, and then it's just like, oop, your technology is dying, and it's like, oh my goodness. And then they're like, well, now you gotta shill out like $1,000 or $1,000 for like a new computer or this or that. Actually, weirdly enough, I think getting a new computer might be cheaper than like paying for rent. In like today's standard, I think getting a Nintendo Switch, like two, the Nintendo Switch 2, which is like unbelievably like, expensive, is probably more than like what I'm trying to say is like it's more than the whole computer already. Oh wait, no, the Nintendo Switch is probably cheaper than getting than getting having to pay rent. My bad, that's what I meant to say. Um, Monitor, yeah, more dual monitor and having more going would put no. So dual monitor would just be like you guys would see dual monitor. However, it would just be I would be using the second monitor for the stream aspect, but I'm realizing that I think it's still on the processor of the computer here rather than in yeah, depending on where you live too. It's like but also when you consider like living you're not you don't I don't think you live mint I don't think you live in the United States is what I from what I remember. So I'm just gonna say that, like, yeah, because, like, if you live in Canada or something like that, let's say, well, I'm just gonna use Canada as an example, just because I know Canada's currency is, like, much different than here in the United States, and actually, like, the US dollar, you actually need more Canadian dollars to make up for the US dollar, I think. And I it is, like, the conversion rate for Canada kinda sucks there. On the other hand, it's not as bad when it comes to, like, euros and USD conversion, but I'd say euros is just a little bit, there has to be a little bit more, like, US dollars to make up for European dollars and stuff like that. The conversion rate's interesting. What I'm trying to say here is just, like, yeah, depending on where you live and this and that. Of course, I'm talking more centered around the United States when it comes to, like, technology and paying for a certain quote unquote. I guess I'm gonna say this, like, technology is technically like a luxury item. But when technology and, like, luxury items are cheaper than rent here in the United States, it is very. Oh, I do live in the United States. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. My computer's just dog water. Hold on. The stream's like, yeah, yeah. No, it's just because, like, it's actually really hot outside. It's like 91 outside. Um, and our AC is, like, it's alright, but my computer doesn't have a natural fan. Actually, I might get, like, an ice pack or something and put it underneath for a second. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go do that because, like, I don't have a fan to cool my computer, unfortunately, and also my computer is just, like, it's not old, but it's acting like it's old, like it's acting like it's on its last limb. So, I mean, I play these for any lacking screens, just that I have really cringe technology, and I really need to just like, my headphones are bad, my computer is bad, and, you know, I'm kind of just working. I'm working with what I got. Like, I'm not even wearing the headphones right now because the microphone. I actually enough. I think I sound like I'm in a microwave when I use my microphone on my headphones rather than just not using the headphones at all. Let me go to the ice pack for my computer. I don't think this is gonna razzle with the needle. I know he ate. Yeah, hold on. Let me go get a ice pack for the computer really quick. So you're not supposed to put this directly on the computer. So I have it, like, wrapped in something like cloth. So we're gonna see if this helps. Um, if not, whatever. But yeah. The character that holds what's the name of the red dress that's Razzle and holding a needle? Isn't that um yeah, no, the stream. Okay, so hold on for a second before I continue to speak and say I just want to say hello to everybody. The stream does lag. It's lagging, but also there's a delay with every stream. It's about 1 minute I think it's almost a minute when it comes to the delay. It might be, I think it is a minute, but or like a few seconds or something like that. I know there's like a delay to it, but I can't really do anything about that. So, when I get to the chat, it's based on, you know, that delay. So if you hear me mention something late, or if I get to your chat later, that's most likely why. Um, but I actually, thankfully, my client for this, I didn't have to make any adjustments for the design. They did a really good, the client for this commission here, pretty much said, here's a sketch of what I wanted. Do you think you can like do this, but like in your style, and then you know, put certain colors and stuff. They didn't have it colored, it was just like a sketch, and I was like, sure thing. But what I plan to do for them, since they provided majority of like design already, is that I would give them one version with and without the cloak. So I'm doing right now, I'm gonna be working on the one without the cloak, and then I'm gonna make a version with cloak and the other details to that. So that's what I'm gonna be working on for this year. Dude, what is wrong with my like bandwidth right now? I'm so sorry, guys. I think it's, oh, hello, summer artist. I think it's just because like, mm, it's like a combination of the heat and also just like, my computer's Wi-Fi is not doing so well. It's a lot of things, and also my computer is overheating. So, okay, what was happening was I was buffering really hard, and my end was further behind than it should be. Uh, okay, that's fair. I see what you mean. Um, yeah, I mean, to be honest, these commissions are like, they're supposed to be discounted because like, I'm just like really interested in like Hollow Knight and Silksong right now. So like I really enjoy drawing. Oh Lord, that lag is so bad on this. Like, that's so bad. Let me sit up. I'm gonna change my position of where I'm sitting right now, because maybe I can do something about that. Maybe it'll be a little better. Maybe I need to put the ice pack somewhere. Like, you're gonna hear some clanking. You're gonna hear some clanking sounds. I'm just not sure what to really do when my computer's acting like this. I was like, yes, I'm gonna stream today before I have to go pick up my little brother from his school, and I'm still getting notifications that my stream is skipping frames. And awesome. Thanks stream. Oh, okay, so let me close that. Let me close some windows really quick. Okay, so realistically, the only two frames that I have open right now is my commission and the stream. So let me crop, because maybe it's not liking that it's like this big, and then I'll make it bigger later. So I would do the whole effects and everything if my computer wasn't like pooping itself, but that's just how it is. 100% be buying. I'd 100, no, and it's okay if you can't. I appreciate like any support, like if that's just like hanging out or like talking with me, like that's like huge. It's huge, because I think people think the only way they can support their favorite artists is to just like buy stuff from them all the time. But honestly, just being like, just kind of being there is like great enough in my opinion. Of course, like, yeah, commissioning artists like is like easy to like be able to make sure they can pay their rent and, you know, get food on the table. But if you genuinely are not able to, like, for example, let's say you yourself are like struggling with money, or you are like a minor, you can't make money. Like you do not feel obligated to give people money. But that's just like my opinion on that, like as an artist. So like never feel guilty about not being able to spend money on artists and stuff. When if you are able to and if you can, like honestly that's great. But if you can't, that's also fine too. Like I said, there's other ways of supporting people. But yeah. Yo, I can hear my cat yelling. Meow. The core. Driving in my car. Dang. It's so crazy that I got that stuck in my head. Alright, so I'm going to draw the abdomen now. I really like drawing character designs with the abdomen. I know technically there are a lot of designs in this game that just like don't have like the thorax and the different like sections of the insects, but this is kind of one of my I like drawing more like scientifically accurate designs, I'd say. So this is a lot of fun actually. Um and I will say this too. Their character designs for the newest game, Silk Song. I'm not spoiling anything or any story or anything. I'm just going to talk about their designs for a second. Because I absolutely adore the designs in the new game. And I will say they definitely have improved. And I mean, it's been like 7 years. I think it's 7 years since Hollow Knight came out. But I mean, with that amount of time, yeah, your style and your art will most definitely improve. Um, if you don't improve within 8 years, learn better techniques is what I'll say. Um, Having less windows will ideally help. By the way, I'm only having my stream window and my art window. And the only other window that I accidentally had open was a folder window, and I had to close that. So, and then, I like when they, okay, I like when they do, Lameo, same, yeah. I'm like, I have to tab in and out to see the chat, but I'm still here, I'm still reading what you guys are saying. So let me see. So let's see what they want. Their character is like a moth lightning bug, by the way. So that's the inspiration for this character. And the main color scheme that they wanted was a dark blue, so like navy, purple, and a golden yellow, which is cool. It is pretty cool. And I can show you guys what the sketch I have here. So let me like tab for a second. So you guys can see what I have for the concept here. This is what I have for the coloring concept. I did do an iteration where the character's collar, like the neck piece, the neck armor piece, was actually the same as like the inner body, so it was all darker, and you could focus on the mask and the light, the abdomen of the, or is it the thorax? I don't know. It's one of the parts of the bug that's the butt. So, the lightning bug part of the character. Because so right now for the line work, I'm just working on the version without the cloak, and then I'm going to add the version with the cloak. So, Mothling bug. The design of the whole game is amazing. Oh yeah. I love you, vid. Please show me out, says Sonic Superstars. I'm so glad you like my videos. I haven't made a video in a hot while, but I'm so glad. And then But okay, I lost my train of thought for a second. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me let me lock in for a hot minute for this. And then yippee, oh, thank you. I'm so glad you think it's pretty. I'll just call you Summer. Um, unless you have like a preferred name, then feel free to just put it in the chat, and then yeah. Um, I used to call people by their full like username and stuff like that. Um, and sometimes it gets a little tedious, so but yeah, you've been dubbed a nickname from Lou. Congrats. Yippee. I really do hope to like the thing is I'm planning to save a lot more like these commissions. I'm saving money so I can possibly get a new computer. I do need to make the goal though first. I need to just do my research of like a new computer, what type I'm gonna get. Honestly, what I am thinking of is probably getting another right now for reference, I currently have a Surface Pro, which are pretty good, I'd say. They're a touchscreen computer, but they're not really the best for like playing games or like doing that. It's best for really working. So let's say you want to like do like a work document or something, that's fine. I wouldn't really use this computer for doing like 3D modeling, but I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty good actually for the first for when I first the first year I when I have this computer, it works really fine. But the problem is that I use my technology daily, and that's probably why I'm like killing these things really quickly. And it's funny because like it reminds me of my friend. I used to call her my roommate in the streams, but we're no longer roommates because um we're both graduated. She went to grad school. I'm not going to grad school. Um, but congrats to her, of course. But her computer. So my point with this was that Summer is what I go by. That's good. Awesome. Glad. Glad I got it right. But okay. So continuing. But her computer, she has like an alien computer. So there's like there's different types of computers, and one of them is like called Alienware or something like that, and it's like it's like a high powered like um computer that she uses. It's like a gaming laptop that she has. Um and she because she uses it so often, it's kind of the same like case as me. Um she also fried the poor thing. And she's like, "Well, I gotta keep this thing on like a lifeline. I gotta keep it on life support. Like she has to have it plugged in all the time, or it literally will die." Which I think is like funny because that's like how my computer acts sometimes. Especially when it's like super warm. Because I'm in my room right now and I have like AC and just like a little bit of stuff to make it more bearable for my computer. Like I'm using like a cloth wrapped ice pack right now to like cool it like physically cool it down because I don't actually have a fan right now, and I know this is probably not a good idea, but it's working right now. I'm not getting as much skipped frames and stuff. I'm noticing in my stream it's not lagging as much. But also my stream does take a little bit of time to kind of boot up before um it starts effectively like working again. So like my stream won't lag as much as I stream more, but it lags a lot in the first few minutes of the stream. So that's typically what happens, I'd say. Um when I first got this computer, I could honestly just record. I could record a video game and playing the game and my computer not throwing a fit. Like I could record a game and also have like face cam on too and do all the things, but I can't do that anymore. So that's the unfortunate thing. I can't um
bring people onto the stream and just talk with them. It would be nice. I think my previous stream, my friend Cookie wanted to join the stream and talk on call, and we wanted to talk about Silk Song and stuff like that. But I was just like, my computer is just so it's so bad. It's so cringe that I think it would implode on itself if I tried to bring my friend into the call. Also, because another thing, I learned that Google Chrome takes a lot out of your computer. But the thing about Google Chrome for me is that Google Chrome is like one of the few, like my I have my like ad block and everything on there, so it just makes it easier. Make sure water doesn't seep through. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I have here. So um it's a thick towel. Um yeah, 'cause the condensation and stuff like that. Uh so my computer doesn't really have like a typical like bottom to it. It kind of just acts like a tablet, like a glorified tablet. I'm not gonna lie. Um, if that helps with context for the computer that I have. Um, Surface Pros are pretty nice. They used to be pretty expensive, actually. To me, they used to be pretty expensive, but I don't know if they are. They're probably not as much compared to like if I were to get like a gaming laptop, like my friend did. So I would like to. It would be nice to like get a gaming laptop or a gaming computer or some sort of thing. I do plan to. If I do get a gaming computer, I plan to like build it myself. Um, which is the important thing to me is like being able to build it myself. As well as like pick the parts that I want and this and that. So, um, and then, okay, so I don't know what I was gonna talk about. Okay, I actually genuinely had like a topic I was gonna talk about today, but I'm thinking I might save it for tomorrow maybe. But, because I wanted to talk to you about like people in my life, but I'm like, I'm not really feeling it right now. It's kind of one of those, and I'm noticing my thing is lagging again. I'm gonna have to adjust my computer on my lap. All right. Okay, let's do a separate layer for this before I start. So what I'm gonna be working on now next is it's kind of like the ears. It's more like the moth antenna. Um, I'm not going to be doing an extra drawing for this custom. Depending if it was like a simple design or something, I would probably add an extra design for the mystery customs because a lot of the designs I've been making are pretty simple. I've been adding like extra doodles for like fun. But the only thing I'm obligated to give you guys is like a full body and that's it for the custom or art because these commissions are so wow, that is nasty. That was a nasty lag right there. Um I figured it's given a surface. I used to have one that's the one that I got had an expanded battery. Yeah, that's typically happens with like old tech is that it gets swollen because of overusage. I used to think it's because you have your so it's there's no problem constantly having your like laptop or something plugged in. But I know it does stress the battery a bit, like if you have something constantly plugged in. Um, but because I would be using my laptop so much, I just couldn't. I keep forgetting to like plug it back in and unplug and this and that. So at that point, there's a certain point where I just kind of kept it plugged in. I have it unplugged right now because when I'm streaming it, having it unplugged does actually lessen a little bit of the stress on the computer. But the thing is, it starts draining really quick, and then I have to plug it back in. So, and I'm not gonna lie, the stream here is taking a lot out of my computer right now. So, just and this is probably one of the easier ways for me to like connect with y'all, like, video wise. I'm not really great. Like I used to be able to do video edits and stuff. I My computer just can't handle anything, and it's like I would love to make video content and stuff like that. It's just that I genuinely do not have the technology to be able to do that. But that's why I like take commissions and stuff so I can save money and be able to work on getting the technology so I can be able to do more. I would love to make more content and stuff like that. Oh no, it's lagging. To be honest, I used to use that single day all day long. Yeah. So every single day, all day long. That is literally the case for this computer because I would just use it every day for all day long. This poor thing. Um, I do not give it a break. But to be fair, I draw a lot. I draw like every day. Or I draw most days. Recently, I'd say last week, I didn't draw as much just because I've been I was very burnt out, like drawing wise, and I did make drawings. It was mainly for myself, but this week we focusing on work for clients and stuff. So, yay! Okay, let's see. I'm not really sure what I'm like gonna do the rest of my day. I'm just like, oh, I guess I'm just gonna be working on commissions, um, which is still good. I mean, I'm not gonna be going commission in the stream here. I'm going to actually save this and color another commission if I do finish the line work here. And the reason why is just because I have to reach back to my client to so they can send payment. But yeah, I think like one of the things that I do is the only reason why I'm waiting to take payment from them until after line work is because I just want to make sure I'm able to finish this commission. Then like and having line work done it makes it a lot easier. Like when it's sometimes it's more based on like my confidence level, so I don't really like to take money right after a sketch sometimes because like that confidence wise. And that's personally me. Not everyone is gonna do this, of course. Some just they take money up front. I have a really hard time just doing that just because it's a little stressful for me, and I try to relieve the stress by not like there's urgency. There's the thing about it is that like if I know I'm getting paid, there's a big urgency with me. That's like I have to finish this, which is a good thing. But I don't really pace myself. I just do everything all in one go. So instead of giving myself like a timeline or something, I'm just like, all right, we're just gonna finish this all today. And it's like, okay, dude, crazy much? Yeah. So I don't know if anyone else is like that. You just gonna say, yeah, we're just gonna hunker for the whole day. It's like, yep, we're gonna hunker down and just crank out all the drawings. So it's not a bad thing. It's just it is skill in my opinion to be able to just consistently do work on things and have like a consistent workflow. I kind of envy people who can just kind of sit down, work on something, put it down, and then be able to do something else. So I'll have to sit down. I have to finish until completion. So that's probably why a lot of tasks are so daunting. Is just because it's like I have to work on it till completion. It took me about a year or two to like be able to like, allow myself to do other tasks when working. For example, I'm gonna use laundry as an example. Oh Lord, it's lagging bad. Oh no. But yeah, I'm gonna use laundry as an example. Simply because so the reason why I'm using laundry is just because I know laundry can be a very daunting task for a lot of people, especially within the regular community. And it's just because it's kind of it's one of those tasks where you kind of you're like, okay, now I have to start it, and then I have to, I have to finish it. So, I think I drew something wrong. Hold on. Okay, page one. I'm gonna use this tool here, and then I'm gonna. No, bro, I'm doing it. All right, I'm in love with this computer working. Yay, it's my favorite. It's my favorite. Oh no. Okay, so what I was about to say, it's either I do it in a couple days or I freeze perpetually. Yeah, that's fair. I have to remember the laundry. I'm only using laundry because I'm staring at my laundry across my room right now. And the stream is lagging really bad. I genuinely do not think I can last longer than like 10 more minutes after this. But I made it definitely less daunting, simply not to fold my clothes. That's fair. I like to fold my clothes, because I like to like everything's in order, but, it just takes me forever to just kind of do the laundry portion. I'd say it was probably more of a daunting task when I was in college because I have to go take the elevator down to the laundry room and I have to wait until either like washing machine slash dryer was open or this or that. And laundry would genuinely take like multiple hours sometimes just because we would have to like wait to get my roommate and I we'd have to wait to get a spot in and stuff like that. And laundry was genuinely daunting, but what we started to do was just kind of like we would kind of do like watch like YouTube or uh or watch shows while we waited for laundry. We would kind of make it a whole thing. Like laundry night was the night where we just get to relax while we wait for laundry or a spot to open and this and that. Um, it honestly did kind of help with a little bit of the flow. And then either we would choose to do the laundry after we got it or do it in the morning. We would typically choose our laundry day on like a Friday, and then we would just do it in the morning on Saturday. Or if we were late, we would do it. We would do it on Saturday. However, Saturdays was the most busy day because a lot of this is when everybody else was doing their laundry. So either we would pick early in the morning, crack of dawn to go, or we would go at like 1 at night, and then we would be staying up till like 3. So, it was fun. I swear. Trust. And we would be so tired. Oh no, my program. Thanks. This is awesome. I'm gonna save my program before anything else happens. I don't think my computer can last any longer. It's not handling it well. I'm so sorry, and I would love to like talk more. So I guess I'll try and stream tomorrow. Maybe like the computer will act better is what I'm hoping. But I'm not sure. It'll have the stream will have to probably be in the morning though. So I don't think many of y'all will be online as much as compared to like this time right now. Um but that's fine. I don't mind. I will probably just be talking about like random life stuff. I can't even draw a line. I can't even draw a line right now. This is awesome. I'm having so much fun right now.
This is so much fun right now. By the way, my global like stabilizer is like 20 right now. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh my god. And this kind of reminds me when once my grandma was watching me do line work of a character, and I got stuck on this one area where I kept drawing the line over and over, and my grandma was like, "Oh, I think it was fine." No, there was like a ridge or something. Like, I can't explain to like people who don't draw or people who are not artists. I'm gonna just say people who don't draw. Who don't draw, like they're you just can't really identify like what's wrong when you're kind of watching someone draw. But when you're like drawing yourself or you have drawn yourself, you can kind of see why somebody would keep redoing a line, because there's just like it'll be like one part of the line that's like not it's not that I'm saying that like the line is like perfect or not. It's just like I kind of try and get it to where it's like good enough, but sometimes like right now my computer's lagging. It'll have like weird ridges and stuff, and because this is like client work, I would rather just redo the line until it looks like yeah, I'm gonna use the word perfect here because it is client work. If you ever get fed up with your lines, just like be lazy and do what I'm doing here, and instead of like making your lines so perfect, just like oh, I can't even do that. I can't even do my trick that I was gonna show. Okay, so it's kind of like just kind of allowing your lines to go past each other and then you erase it. I don't know how many people do that actually. There's people who probably do that. I just don't like doing that a lot because it's a little noticeable for me personally. I can notice when I erase an area in my line work. And I try to have very confident line strokes when I draw. So we're gonna erase that here. Bruh. Okay. Mia says I'm gonna end the stream early. Doesn't end the stream. This is now it's kind of like stabilizing a little bit. The program, it's broken. The program, it's broken. Yeah. One part that is unforgivably like screwy. Yeah. It really is like that. It's just one thing that's just like really messed up. And then let me I kind of want to watch Ice Age for some reason. I don't know why. That like movie is like kind of brain rot, but I don't know why I want to watch Ice Age for some reason. It's probably because they announced another Ice Age. And it's not because I'm excited for the new Ice Age. I'm genuinely, I'm not gonna lie, the only Ice Age movies that matters to me is the first movie and then the third movie, which is the one with the dinosaurs. And those are the only two movies that I remember like ever genuinely existing. Like those are the only two movies. Which I think is hilarious that those are the two movies, and I do not remember the second movie at all. But yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go on a side tangent, I guess. Whatever. But I will have to end the stream though in like 20 minutes. Because I do have to pick up my little brother from his chorus thing. He's staying after school, so good for him. Or it's theater. I don't know. He's doing something musical. Theater. Maybe it's play. I don't know. He's doing something.
good for him. But I was gonna go on a tangent about like movies or something for some reason. I dang, I was thinking I watched this video that was about like how Cars 1 is just kind of boring. And and weirdly enough, I'm gonna say this, I kind of have to agree because like it is kind of boring. I love Cars. I love Cars movie, but compared to Cars 2, I know so many people are like they dog on Cars 2, but I genuinely I love Cars 2. I don't care. I'm gonna glaze. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. I'm gonna glaze this movie. I love Cars 2. I do not care that this is the worst Cars movie, or worst Disney Pixar movie. Who cares? Who cares? It's a silly car spy film. And if I were to rewatch it, would I still love it? Yes, I have rewatched it, and it's awesome. Does it have a stupid plot? Yes, and I love it. Um, and I know it's like, but it's, and I'm not gonna use the excuse that it's just a kids movie. I love it because like I genuinely like the characterization of Mater in this movie. I know there's a lot of people in like the Disney fandom or like the Disney fan base, Disney sphere, who just like dislike Mater. Y'all have no whimsy in your life. I'm not gonna lie, no whimsy, no magicalness in you, because Mater is like one of the best characters in my opinion. I do not care. Um, yeah, I heard. Okay, so I heard that trick and I forget. Oh, fair. Um, talking about art, but yeah, I just gotta say that I'm saying my piece now. If I had the whole movie, I would go over it and say like why this movie is just like fun. It's just fun to me. I don't. I know it's like oh, it's cringe, bro. I love the Tokyo section. I love when they go to Tokyo. Yeah. I love when they like tour places. Like I love the little montages. I love the dang. Do I love the designs? Do I love the scenery of Cars 2? I love the set pieces. They go everywhere. Like the world feels so expansive. I I'm gonna say yeah, this movie kind of rocks. Like this movie rocks. Francesco, the French car. Wait, I think he's France. I think he's from France. Yeah, he's from France. He's French people. French people. SMH. SMH. I'm joking. But like that guy kind of crazy. That guy kind of crazy. The crazy tension between Lightning McQueen and Francesco are crazy. I'm joking. Hello Trix the Trickster. Welcome to the stream. I'm talking about Cars 2 and why it's my favorite, and that I know it's cringe and that a lot of people do not like the movie. However, I don't really care cuz it's my favorite of the Cars movies. Is it my favorite Disney movie? No. My favorite Disney movie actually has to go to, well, favorite Disney movie has to go to Lilo and Stitch. Favorite Pixar movie has to go to Wall-E. So, but I will say I probably rewatch Ratatouille more than Wall-E, and it's just because it's a beautiful movie. It's a beautiful movie, and I can't get over how beautiful it is. I love Wall-E too. And I know it's whole theme of Wall-E is touch grass. Like that is literally the whole theme of this movie. And I get that, and I know it's also the good thing is too about Wall-E is that it was the first of the movies that were like you need to go outside and touch grass, and now every other movie is like you need to go outside and touch grass. Like wow, how original! Can we bring a little bit of nuance to this like theme if we are going to touch grass? Like oh maybe like because we can't avoid technology. However, it isn't. You should be like spending time with people you care about, or this or that. Even if it's, you know what? Weirdly enough, I want to say this. Like, I think it's also like it's good to just have human connection, and I mean, and this isn't just human connection. You know, let's say, hold on. Did I draw this character wrong?
Oh no, it's just flipped. The image is just flipped. I did this to myself. Oops. Um, and I was gonna say something. Okay, so, oh my gosh, this just reminds me of the movie Ready Player One. Like, I've never read the book, but apparently the book is a lot better. I thoroughly enjoyed the movies from what I remember. And the fact that I remember the movie enough to like name drop it is kind of something to say. It kind of says something a little bit about the movie to me. What I've had take away from this movie. Um do I remember all the scenes exactly? No, not really. I only remember the Shining reference and I was like, "Ooh, the Shining reference." And that is all that like stuck with my amoeba brain. But I do remember the end of the theme was like, "We need to be in real life more." And, real life for these characters was like post-apocalypse and everything. Like, yes, I want to spend my time with people in a barren land slash desert, Arizona. I'm sorry to dog on Arizona. I just felt like it today. But yeah. But the theme was just like, you need to go touch grass. You need to spend time with people. And it's like, wow. That's crazy. A whole movie about technology, and then the takeaway, I mean, that's fair. I think it was just very, I know it was a very cliche takeaway and stuff like that. I just kind of, like, with the whole theme and plot of the whole movie, and like the whole movie was really, really cool, and I just really was, it really felt like a kind of a disappointment that the takeaway was just like, go touch grass, like, thanks. But I guess, you that's a little bit disingenuous of me to say this for this movie then, I guess. And that I guess the real takeaway could be like, I'll be for real. I'll be a little for real for a second. Like, the real takeaway for the movie is just stay connected with people. Be connected with people. Live in the present day, and this and that. And I like that. I like that a lot more. And for a movie that's all about interconnectivity and these digital worlds and stuff, I think that is, like, to go with that as the theme, like, instead of being like, you need to touch grass, is probably a lot more helpful in my opinion. But you can still have the touch grass theme and stuff like that. You love Ready Player One. Sorry, I'm like bashing the ending. I love the whole movie, like all the way up until the ending, where it's just like, you need to touch grass, and it's like, thanks for showing this crazy world and this interesting world building, and then you just tell me, yeah, let me go touch grass in the desert of Arizona. So I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of Cars in general, but I can see why people like it. But I don't think it's cringe. Oh yeah, so Cars. I'm talking about Cars 2. I love Cars 2. I know it's like the sin of animated movies, but who cares? I don't care. I genuinely don't care. But I think it's just like, it's just everyone's favorite punching bag though. Like, Cars 2 is just everyone's favorite punching bag. That's why I wanted to rant about it. Because it's tiring just to see people be like, "Oh my god, Cars." Cool. I don't know why. Be like, "Oh, the Cars movie is cringe." Ah, the way I do not care. The way I do not care. I don't care that it's cringe. To be cringe is to be free. I remember the mouse in the Poison game scene. Yeah, that's fair. I'm trying to figure out how to do the. So I want it to be under. I'm drawing the cloak now, so it's gonna be a little screwy with how I'm going to draw this cloak, and then we'll do that. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what I was gonna talk about. Yeah, I think the whole point of my ramble is about like these themes of movies that are like all in depth with technology, but then the theme is like, go touch grass, and it's like, it kind of feels like a weird slap in the face instead of like
oh yeah, maybe we should like learn to adapt with technology, or this or that. And then like how do people adapt to technology, and how do we like approach stuff like this, and how do we still stay connected? I think that's like a better message than just go touch grass, because like that's not gonna help the problem. um but maybe that's just my hot take of the day, I guess. um which is like, it's fine. It's it's whatever. Whatever. um I'm excited to continue binging Stranger Things with my little brother. Wow, yeah, Stranger Things. I'm so stoked. Um, oh yeah, another reason why. Okay, I guess I'll go back to the theme and plot. I guess another reason why I brought up that theme is just because I know. How do I say this? The oh darn, I'm losing my train of thought. It's fine. Okay, so yeah, this is all right. I'm gonna screenshot this. I'm gonna save this, and then I'm gonna send it to my client. Um. Oh, I forgot um some details. We gotta go back into the mines, guys. Oops, I lied. My bad. I kind of wanna make that underneath this detail here. There we go. This is a lot more complex than I thought it would be. I honestly feel bad that I like thinking about charging more, but I already said 25, so I'm sticking to my guns. This is my bad for underestimating the design a little bit, but they did give a lot of the like, general base of the work, so it's not too bad. It's just that the design is it's a lot more complex than I expected it to be. And my program is lagging. No. No. Well, I think this is my sign of ending the stream now, because my computer, you don't see it on this end, but it's actually lagging really bad. So, yeah, no, I can't even. Okay. The stream was okay for a few seconds there. I don't know why all of a sudden it's acting like it can't handle anything anymore. Alright, well, this is probably the sign that I have to end the stream anyways, because I do have to pick up my little brother soon. So I appreciate y'all hanging around here. And sorry I couldn't really get into too much of the discussion. I know it was just kind of a bit of a ramble session. But,